He woke up at 4 a.m. every day for 10 years. Here's what happened. You ever wonder what it would be like to wake up every day at 4 a.m.? It seems impossible, but this man did it for 10 years straight. And when you hear what happened to him, you'll understand the true meaning of discipline and solitude. The man we're talking about is named Andy. He was an ordinary guy who lived an ordinary life. That was until one day he decided to change everything. Andy wanted more from life. He wanted to be successful, but success doesn't come easy. You have to work for it, even if it means sacrificing your sleep. So Andy started waking up at 4 a.m. every day. At first, it was really hard. He felt tired all the time and he couldn't focus on his work. But he didn't give up. He knew that if he could just stick to his plan, he would eventually reap the rewards. And then something amazing happened. He became more successful than he ever imagined possible. But there was a cost. All of his relationships had fallen apart. His friends and family didn't understand why he was sacrificing so much of his life to work. And in the end, they stopped trying to understand. They just accepted the fact that Andy was a bit odd. For 10 years, Andy woke up at 4 a.m. every day. For 10 years, he worked hard and sacrificed everything else in life to focus on his goals. In the end, it paid off. He became incredibly successful, but not in the way he expected. You see, while Andy was working hard and making sacrifices, the world around him was changing. New technologies were emerging, new industries were growing, and new opportunities were being created. Andy was able to take advantage of these changes, and that's what led to his success. In a way, Andy was a blacksmith. He took his raw talent and skill and forged it into a successful career. But a blacksmith needs more than just talent and skill. He also needs discipline and solitude. A blacksmith works alone in his shop. He doesn't need anyone else to help him. He's completely self-reliant, and that's what Andy did for 10 years. He worked alone in his little world, oblivious to everything else going on around him. But a blacksmith isn't always alone. Sometimes he has an apprentice, someone to pass down his knowledge and skills to. And that's what Andy did as well. After 10 years of working hard and making sacrifices, he had something to show for it. He had a successful business and a team of employees who looked up to him. But the truth is, Andy wasn't always meant to be a blacksmith. He was just a guy who woke up at 4 a.m. every day for 10 years and worked hard. He was an ordinary guy who wanted more from life. And in the end, he got it. Now imagine you're an old man looking back on your life. You've had a long and successful career. You've raised a family, and you've made a difference in the world. But there's one thing you regret. You spent too much time with others and not enough time alone. You never took the time to forge your own path in life. You were always too busy trying to make others happy. But now it's too late. You're old and you're tired and you don't have much time left. So you decide to make a change. You start waking up early, working hard and taking the time to pursue your own goals. You realize that it's never too late to make a change and that no one else is going to do it for you. You become the desert walker. You walk alone in the desert, away from the noise and distractions of the world. In the solitude, you find peace and clarity. You discover your purpose and you start to understand the meaning of life. Every day you wake up before the sun rises and you start your work. You work hard and you don't take any breaks. You are focused and determined to succeed. You are no longer afraid of failure because you know that it is just another excuse to learn and grow. As the years go by, you become more successful than you ever imagined. Your work is finally being recognized and people start to respect you. But you don't care about their approval. You just keep working hard and enjoying the process. One day you reach the top of your mountain. You have achieved everything you set out to do and you feel satisfied. You look back on your journey and you realize that it was all worth it. The sacrifices, the hard work, and the loneliness were all just part of the process. As you reach the end of your journey, you feel at peace with yourself. You have no regrets, and you're ready to move on to the next chapter of your life. You are the desert walker who has found his oasis. We hope you enjoyed this story and we want to thank you for watching. If you liked the story, please give us a thumbs up. We'd really appreciate it. Thank you.